Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our video blog. We've got 10 trade ideas we're going to take a look at today. And let's start with the SPY and let's figure out what we can come up with on this market. So yesterday in the trading room, I pointed out that we are just 3 pennies away from a tweezer top on the chart here. Day before yesterday, the high was 338.28, and yesterday's high was 338.25. So we're 3 pennies shy yesterday of meeting the previous day's high. That gives us a tweezer top. It doesn't necessarily mean anything unless we start to see follow through. That's going to be the key. Follow through. And I'm talking about the follow through to the downside. So follow through to the downside below that red line right here. Basically, I've got it on the body, the open of day before yesterday, right there. So, but the low 335.54, that will put that tweezer top in motion. And then we could see the market come back a little bit. We'll watch around the T-line area, and then below, what is that day? Below the 11th, below that 11th candle, that could hurt a few accounts if you are overly long, especially if you maybe bought a little high on a few positions. That might sting just a little bit. So we want to be careful. It is Friday. And everyone knows, well, everyone from Hit and Run Candlesticks knows that, hey, look, Friday, take some profits off the table. There's no reason to leave risk over on the weekend, not 100% of your risk. Lighten up on positions. Sleep good at night for the weekend. Enjoy yourself and not worry about, don't wake up Sunday morning and think, man, I kind of wish I didn't leave that position on, or I wish I didn't leave full position on. So today's a good day to take profits. Okay, so if we do break out 338.57, then this market may be on its way to reach some new highs. As of the close, there is nothing here that suggests bears are coming in. So we'll be watching. Well, I shouldn't say that. Bears coming in. I think there's a few there. But there's nothing here to say, let's get real bearish. Until we close, at least for today, we close below that 335.45 line, that red line right there. Okay, let's take a look at VXX very quick here. VXX really, it showed a little bit of fear starting to set up yesterday. We closed with a nice little doji down here. It looks like we're opening up in the upper wick area. Keep in mind that it's 10 minutes to 7 my time. There's still an hour and a half before the market opens. So anything can happen. Anything can happen in an hour and a half. I will be a little concerned, and I just might take a trade over this 285. Well, let's see right there. There it is. Of 25.95, I just might take a 25.95 trade. More than likely, it would be a day trade. I may not want to keep this over the weekend. Over 26.97, and that's going to put a little pressure on the SPY, the market overall. It will put a little pressure, and we'll see about being long once we get through this area. I'd rather do that next weekend. But today, there's a possibility if we start moving up, I take a long trade. All right, let's look at a few trade ideas today. Just a second. I'm going to grab some coffee. All righty, I'm back. A little coffee down the hatch. PAGS. We've got a top right in here. Looks like this buyers can't seem to get through it, or at least they're just practicing getting through it. So what I'm going to do is I put a line about $40 on a nickel, yesterday's close. we get through yesterday's close of $40 and a nickel, I'm going to be looking for 44.90 up here as a target. And we'll do our typical base hit along the way. So there may be some money taken off the table somewhere in here. We'll follow that price action and make that determination based on price action. And also our goals. We'll do that. You know, our goals is to double our money in 12 months at minimum. Triple would be nice, and hey, hats off to you if you can do that. But our goal is to double our money in 12 months. And we'll be talking more about that a little bit later down the road in a few days. And then starting September, we're starting a new Road to Wealth, Double Your Money program. So stay tuned. Anyway, let's look at XLU. There are actually several utility stocks that are looking pretty good. And I chose to put XLU up here, the Spider Utility ETF. Like I said, there are several utility stocks looking pretty good, but rather than go through each and every one of those, I just decided to put XLU up here. And here we've pulled back to this downtrend line. We have a bullish Hiromi, and then yesterday's little inside bar is looking pretty sharp here. Looks like we're going to open up, you know, pretty much where we closed, right in there yesterday, right in this little area here. Over 61.50, I don't see any reason why we can't get to 63.70 up here. And I sure get it if we start buying in this area right here. Actually, that's one of my favorite places to buy. You know, a stock moves up, it pulls back. You want to buy on that pullback or as we're moving up. Kind of a J-hook continuation pattern here. So over 61.50, I get it if we want to buy in here. And I'm looking for 63.70 for a target. RIOT, R-I-O-T. RIOT has, there we go. RIOT has rallied up. Here we've broken out, popped up, and now we're pulling back. Little hammer yesterday. Hammer's got a bit of a wick on it. So I'm thinking we start breaking out of that downtrend line over $3.63 here. Then this may become a buy area right through there. A nice little buy area. Once we get up through that 363 and the chart proves it can hold itself, I'm looking for $6.10, $6.10. Of course, we've got to get through this high. But if we do, like I said, I'm looking for $6 to $6.10 up here. Another one is SLV. Now, SLV put in a nice little bull kicker here. Now, it's not a perfect bull kicker. We've got a wick here. If you look at books, you know, if you read books on candlestick signals, they might show where you don't have a wick. You can have a slight little wick. You can even have little wicks on each candle. Now, this one doesn't. Very tiny, very, very tiny. But there's a gap in there. So you've got a bearish candle, bullish candle gapping up. That makes that a bull kicker. So I'm thinking about being long on SLV over 25.45 with a target up here of about 29.50 on SLV. ENPH, little J-hook continuation pattern setting up. There's that J-hook continuation pattern that we're looking at right there. Over 74.45. How about 96.75 up here? So over 74.45. The way I'm looking at this chart, we could see that 96.75 up there. Now that won't be without some sort of a pullback, maybe even a couple of pullbacks. A couple little rest days in there, maybe even 3 or 4 days resting. But that's what I'm kind of looking for. And along that way, what we're going to do is we'll take some base hits off the table. So maybe something like that, base hit, and then more than likely close the position. Now, don't hold out for that 96.75. Trade by your rules. That's very important. We trade by goals, so we know what it's going to take to double our account. That's our goal with this Road to Wealth account. We know what it's going to take on a daily basis, a weekly basis, or a monthly basis to reach that goal. And it's not about picking an entry and then picking a top. We're not interested in tops. We're not interested in just maximizing the trade. We're interested in beating our goal, is what it is. Meeting and beating. And that will require taking some off the table, base hits, as we move up there. WU, Western Union Company, we might be setting up here. Now that candle there makes me a little nervous. That's why I've got an entry fairly high above these candles here. If somebody wanted to enter right in here, that would truly make a lot of sense to me. Just keep your stop tight. I'm thinking about an entry above 23.95 with a 25.80 target for a nice little swing trade. Nothing big, nothing fancy, but it puts a little bit of folding money in your pocket. CL Colgate. This has been on our watch list a couple of times, and I still very much like this chart. So far, I believe it's setting up pretty well. First of all, you can see here that it's broken out. Here we've rallied up to our first little, not our target, but this is where we're looking to buy above. And then it's moved down, and now it's moving up. So on a breakout, we'll look for a nice little entry in our buy box area. That's the green. Whenever you see green buy box or green box, that is our buy box that we're looking at. And then we'll look for follow through up into that 79.50 area. Another one is CDE. Above $8.25 here. This just might get us $9.75 up here. Now we will have to break out of this top. We will have to do that. But if the bulls can get us up here and hold above that 8.25 area, I think it can work itself up and break through and then hit that 9.75. Of course, that is all dependent on the market helping us. We can't have you can't have a market that's not working with you in the favor of gold and not get up there. So you've got to watch the market when you're watching your trades you're in. HL is another one above $6.10. I'm looking at $7.50 to 60 cents up here. I'm not overly worried about this top. The reason I don't worry about tops like this, just like on that CDE, is this is part of the chart pattern. This is the chart pattern itself. So low to high to higher low. That's all it is. We get through that. That's where we're going. And that's the chart pattern there, a J-hook chart pattern. So not too worried about that. If somebody wanted to take a little profits off if you bought this early enough and you had enough, certainly would understand that. Here's one, InLock. This is a pretty nice little chart here, InLock. It's real nice. Little almost $23 stock here with a $26.66 target up here. We've got a nice big gap to fill, and we've broken out of $22.95. That's this high over here, and we've pulled back to test a little bit. We got a doji. Morningstar type signal. The doji should be down here for a better Morningstar, but the meaning is the same. So with follow through over $22.95, honestly, I don't see any reason why this can't get up to $26.60, $26.65 over here, and that'd be an awfully nice trade. About 14, maybe 15% up there, depending on where you buy it and sell it. So keep an eye on InLock. All right, that is the end of the trade ideas for me. I want to thank everybody for being here and watching our video. I hope to see you in the trading room. We'll see everyone later. Take care. Have a great weekend. And enjoy yourself, but be safe, okay? Enjoy and then be safe.